obviously one of the things we are dealing with today is what else can the Cavs do to try and get something going in this series. And for more on that, we go to the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line, and ESPN Cavs reporter Dave McMenamin is joining us. Dave, a lot of people will look at this game and say this was the one that the Cavs had a chance to win. They were up 6 with 3 minutes to play, and then it all fell apart during that 11-0 run by the Warriors when nothing fell. Literally nothing fell for the Cavs. What specifically went wrong for Cleveland in that final stretch?
Well, they go 0 for 8 from the field in those 3 minutes, 0 for 5 from 3 with a turnover. I think you look to the three-point shots. That had been a problem in games 1 and 2. The Cavs were one of the best three-point teams in the history of basketball in the regular season. They were second in the league in three-point percentage in terms of makes. They were in the top 3 in total makes. They did not shoot the ball well in Oracle at Oakland in games 1 and 2, and the explanation was, okay, they're going to get home. They're going to be used to playing at home. Their shooter is going to feel more comfortable. And then guys that they've been able to rely on all year long, Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, combined to go 1 for 14 from 3. And those two both missed some shots down the stretch. Kyrie Irving went back to his bag of tricks, trying to make that step back 3 from the right wing, the shot we all have seen 1,000 times for him making it against Golden State in Game 7 last year. Down 1 with 26.5 seconds to go. He misses it this year. And Kevin Love actually played a very good basketball game. He had 13 rebounds and 6 steals, but offensively goes 1 for 9. And so really, I mean, when you're talking about trying to beat the Golden State Warriors as good as they are, when they have their big 3, I guess, we're going to keep Draymond out of this, but Durant, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, all going for 25-plus points, you need a little extra help. And LeBron and Kyrie Irving were brilliant offensively. They didn't really have that consistent third score, and that really showed in that last 3 minutes.
So what's the mood in the locker room after the game? I mean, because for the first time they had a big third quarter, actually had the lead going into the fourth quarter for the first time, and as we know, up with a little over 3 minutes to go to the game before it fell apart. So what was the mood in the locker room of kind of that roller coaster?
Well, I mean, for as long as I covered this game, I'm going to remember looking into Kyle Korver's eyes, and he was just despondent, catatonic. He was asked a question, and he was so much in his own head, he had to say, excuse me, what? And kind of have the reporter repeat his question, because you could see he wasn't present at that moment. And he told us, I'm just going to keep replaying the shot I missed. Now, he had a shot from the corner with the Cavs up 52.5 seconds left to go. LeBron kicks it out to him, a perfect look for 3, and he just misses it. And then within seconds, Kevin Durant has the ball, brings it up in transition, nails a pull-up 3 over LeBron to take the lead and ultimately take the game. It wasn't just Korver. There was a feeling in that locker room of what just happened, and the guys were still processing it. And unless they win 4 straight games, they're going to be processing those last 3 minutes the entire summer.
Yeah, I don't like their chances to win 4 straight games.
No.
I think the last time the Warriors lost 4 was 2013.
2013, yeah, right before the Ravens won the Super Bowl.
It's been a long time, right? Yeah, the span of February 26th to March 2nd of 2013. So let's talk about this Warriors team for a second, Dave, because we sort of brought this up in the first hour of the show, but I think people need to understand this. When the Michael Jordan's Bulls ran through their 3 straight championships and did what they did it because they had Michael Jordan, who was the best player in basketball. What the Warriors are doing, potentially, 1 win away, and Teddy Bruschi will tell you, make sure you get that last one, is the fact that they're doing it to the team that has the Michael Jordan of this era, and that's LeBron James. What then does that say about how well and how stacked this Warriors team is?
Yeah, I mean, is it better to have number 1 and then, let's say number, 14 and 15? We're talking about Kyrie and Kevin just throwing numbers out. Or number 2 in Kevin Durant and number, 6 in Steph Curry and number 7 in Draymond Green and number 8 in
This series
Klay
would
Thompson.
say that way. That way would be better so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, as good as and as great, that's the word we got to use for LeBron. As great as LeBron James is, and he's on pace to become the first player in NBA Finals history to average triple-double for this series. He's playing as good as you can play basketball on this stage, as good as we've ever seen it played in many measures. This is just a ridiculous collection of talent, a team that won 73 games and added the former MVP and Kevin Durant because the NBA went through a unique and one-time only cap spike like we've never seen. They got that new TV money, and rather than decided to smooth the cap gradually over a multi-year period, there was a spike, and basically any team in the league had the money to sign Kevin Durant, and Kevin could go to this team he was pretty guaranteed victory. Now him going to the Warriors doesn't guarantee he makes that pull-up shot over LeBron James on the road with 44 seconds left to go. He still has to make that shot, but he has the comfort factor of if you go into every game knowing you have those type of teammates, you have the confidence to take and make that shot. And LeBron still has a lot left in the tank and still has a lot left of his career. I don't think he's going to sit back and just be resigned to the fact that the Warriors are the best team in basketball.
Well, yeah.
He's going to put pressure on Cavs management, but to give to do something to change their roster to have a better chance.
That's exactly where I was going to go. He said this team is the most firepower he's ever played. That firepower is not going anywhere, and I'm with you. LeBron's got a couple of more years. So do you see changes? I hate to go all the way forward here, past this series and into next year. But
go ahead.
You see changes to this Cavalier team. I mean, it almost seems like there has to be.
Yeah, I'm with you. There has to be. I mean, the Warriors were 12-0 in the playoffs leading up to the finals. Cavs 12-1. That's pretty good evidence that both these teams will get back to the finals next year. So if it's all about winning championships and trying to beat this one team, then you look at the guys who aren't performing this series. And really, I know Kevin Love's name has come up a lot, but he's playing pretty darn well. He's scoring the ball. He's defending. He's rebounding. The guy who can't play right now is Tristan Thompson.
Yeah.
He can't get on the court. He averaged a double-double last year's finals. He's averaging like 2 points and 3 rebounds this year's finals. And he's a young guy on a good contract. And I think you have to put him out there and see who you can get. And obviously the hottest name that's out there, because, Indiana's going to have to figure out something to do with him, is Paul George. And, to trade a guy who's on a great contract, guaranteed for the next several years, for a guy who you might only get as a 1-year rental, because that's what it is with Paul George right now. He has 1 year left on his deal, and everybody in the world knows that he wants to go to L.A. when that year is up. So you trade a guy like Thompson to get Paul George and then try to convince him to stay, once he's around the culture of LeBron James, and he can see, what that does and what that means to his career. Would he change his mind about wanting to go to L.A. and sign in Cleveland long term?
Well, the answer
you take that risk.
The answer to me would be absolutely. If I'm LeBron James trying to win another championship,
You take the risk, even
Absolutely.
if it's for a year. You take,
Yeah.
you try and get another title.
But more importantly,
Yes,
Dave,
yes, the big question.
most we saved the best for last year because it was you, Dave. You created the social media stir after Game 3. The screenshot of J.R. Smith's tweet, which was quickly deleted, Cavs in 7. He says he didn't tweet it. Did you tweet it? Did you hack his account?
Come on.
It was you, right?
That's right. Come on, man. I think if I was going to if I was going to hack players' Twitter accounts, I would do something much more creative than that. But
get us to the bottom of this, Dave. The world needs to know.
It's such a classic excuse. These hackers, the things they choose to do with their time and their hacking ability, you got to take JR at his word. He says he didn't do it, but he also said quickly that I agree with the sentiment. I still have belief. Again, this Warriors team has won 30 out of their last 31 games. To see them suddenly lose 4 in a row would be the craziest thing we've ever seen. We thought last year was the craziest thing we've ever seen. This would blow that out of the water by 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
And it would be more unbelievable than, J.R. Smith's Twitter account getting hacked after Game 3.
Well, they're just setting us up for it then. All right, Dave, we appreciate it. Dave McMenamin, Cavs reporter, who did not hack J.R. Smith's account.
That's the line.
Oh, no.
I got hacked.